Arsenal Fan TV America, welcome back. Another week for the Champions League edition from Arsenal Fan TV America. Listen, great football is played, okay? So we're going to talk about a couple of games here in detail. And the rest, we're just going to let you know what happened with the results. So this week, over Tuesday and Wednesday, we saw four games were played. We start yesterday, Tuesday that is, when Real Madrid took on Liverpool at the Anfield Arena, and then Frankfurt took on Napoli. The Frankfurt-Napoli game, as we all know, we're going to talk about that first. We should start yesterday with that. But also today, there are a couple of games. We saw mancity taking on RB Leipzig in Germany, and also Inter Milan at the San Siro hosting Porto, the Portuguese club. We'll start by yesterday first. Tuesday, as I said, or as I mentioned, Napoli were playing with Frankfurt. Ended 2-0 in Germany. They played Frankfurt. As we know, Napoli are the top of the league in Italy, on top of AC Milan, on top of Juventus, on top of Inter Milan, on top of all these big names. This season, they're the best in Italy and one of the best in Europe. Let's go back to group stages. They were neck-to-neck unbeaten, them and Real Madrid, just till the last day of the group stages. So this year in Europe and domestically, Napoli is doing fantastic. So they go on this roundabout to Frankfurt, first leg. Remember, there's another game that's going to be played for every team that played last week and this week. This game for Napoli and Frankfurt took place where? In Germany, and it ended 2-0 for the uprising Italians, the very strong Italians, the watch out for Italians, Napoli. I'm not surprised where they're at, of course, but I'm also not going to be surprised if they make it all the way to quarterfinal, semifinal, or even the final. You never know. However, of course, after concluding last week and this week, I'll tell you my personal finalist would be Real Madrid or Bayern Munich. They're both playing exceptional football. Let's put it this way. We saw Real Madrid playing Liverpool, and we're going to talk about this game, of course, in depth. And they beat it in Liverpool at Anfield Stadium, which we all know very, very difficult to visit at any given day, Anfield. And also, Liverpool as a team is a very, very strong team, and you don't want to play them, away or home. But of course, when they get to play in Anfield, it's another situation because of the atmosphere that's created in that very stadium. Now, we talked about the Napoli side. Let's go to today also and talk about Inter Milan real quick. Inter Milan hosted Porto, the Portuguese club, in Italy, San Siro, home game. The next one will be in Portugal, right? So, great game, good game. Inter Milan really wanted to win. They missed a lot of opportunity. Lukaku came in as a substitute off the bench, and he wanted to change the game. Tried so many times, missed again the goal. However, 86th minute, he was able to score the only goal that may get him a whole lot of confidence. Lukaku's coming back from injury, so he can start again with Inter. And Inter were able to beat Porto 1-0. Now, we're going to go back to yesterday's game because I want to talk about that game a little bit in depth, which is the Real Madrid-Liverpool game. Like I said, Real Madrid played Liverpool where? Anfield. They started the champions 14 times. Champions and last year also champions Real Madrid. We know they take this competition very, very seriously, and they always want to win it. And we, again, know that they won it the most. They won it 14 times in total, going for the 15th this time. They played an exceptional game in front of Liverpool. The way they started the game, they sat back more, and they were more cool, calm, and assertive. Now, when you go do that in Liverpool at Anfield, it puts you in a very difficult position as the playing team or the team that's going there visiting. It puts you under pressure, which they were able, Liverpool, right off bat, to pressure and get the ball back from Real Madrid. Couple of mistakes here and there. Number one goal, of course, we saw Salah from his favorite right side goes and sends a beautiful ball to the player that's come in and running a very intelligent diagonal run, which is Darwin Núñez, to back heel it in such a beautiful, beautiful way. 5 minutes in, Liverpool are up 1. 2 minutes after that, ball goes back to the goalkeeper, Thibaut Courtois, the one that is, because of him, Real Madrid actually won the Champions League, last roundabout. And as you know, this is a revenge game between Real Madrid and Liverpool, because always Real Madrid taking Liverpool out over the past 5 years or so. They met 3-4 times in the Champions League and finally in the final, and also Real Madrid prevailed and won and took him out. So that is revenge. But here it is, Thibaut Courtois misses the ball completely. He was trying to chip Mo Salah. That's what Thibaut Courtois was saying. But Mo Salah stopped. So Thibaut Courtois had to change his mind per him, because the distance, now he's closer to whomever he was chipping the ball to. But Salah is very clever. He stopped, and then right away he attacked after the ball, hit Thibaut Courtois' knees, and changed direction. Mo Salah took it one time. Now what? 2-0 Liverpool, 7 minutes. Wow. Any Real Madrid fan will panic. Anybody that likes to watch Real Madrid will panic. And anybody that loves Liverpool will say, hey, they won that game. But the story did not end here. 21st minute, after tremendous amount of plays and passings and pressuring, Real Madrid exampled football. Vinicius Jr. was able to take a ball in from the left side, around 4 or 5 defenders, uses virgilvandijk as his target and turns that ball around him. Alison couldn't see it, so it goes in 2-1. Whoa. 2 minutes after that, same play happened, but Alison prevailed this time, and he was able to save Liverpool. So they stay 2-1 to this phenomenal half that, again, everyone thought Liverpool won that half and maybe that game. Now, let's see the big one. 36th minute. This time, Alison's turn to make a humongous mistake. And guess what? He did it. He did it in the presence of the hottest striker in Europe, maybe in the world. The most important finisher, the guy that wins games, Vinicius Jr. So the ball gets back to Alison. Instead of him changing direction of his body and passing it out to the left or to the right, he decided to stay the same way, which is okay only if you're going to boot it out. But no, he stayed and he passed it in the path of the incoming the hottest striker in Europe, Vinicius Jr., that was able to score, or actually he didn't do anything. It ricocheted off of him to go back 2-2. Oh my God. Now we have a game on hand. 2-2 the first half, and we conclude. Then we come in the next half, or the second half, and Real Madrid, once again, examples how a team can come back from 2-0 down to win. Right away, 47th minute, 2 minutes into the half. They drive to the left side of Vinicius Jr. As you all know, he keeps taking on people left and right with his speed, with his trickery. Foul is called for Real Madrid on the left side. Who comes to take it? Of course, the 37-year-old, one of the best midfielders in Europe, Luka Modric. And he puts it right on the 6-yard. I don't know what the Liverpool defense was thinking or doing. They're all backing up. And here's Militao coming across. Just hit that ball right straight into goal. Alison never had a chance to stop it. And now we see what happened. 3-2. Real Madrid, oh my God, we got a game on hand. Liverpool stopped playing. Matter of fact, 50-some-odd minute also, I look around and Darwin Núñez is out. Maybe he's injured, maybe not. But that's the player you needed to keep, Jurgen Klopp, if you wanted to win. However, with that said, Real Madrid kept going. 55th minute, another mistake by the defense this time. The ball ends up coming to Rodrigo, and he passes it to Karim Benzema, and Benzema takes a left foot shot, deflects off Gomez, and Alison fell on his back. Looks really embarrassing for him, and it goes in to make it 4-2. Real Madrid didn't want to stop, and we're talking, they scored 47, 55th, and now 12 minutes later, 67th minute, Karim Benzema shows us why he is who he is as the Ballon d'Or winner. Such an amazing player to watch, and his movement on and off the ball, second to none. The way he leads his team, the way he scores, and this time he takes the ball and takes Alison, sits him down. Defenders are all in front of him. He decides to shift to his left foot, opens up his body and puts it around into the goal. Real Madrid now is up what? 5-2. Yes. Liverpool did nothing. They had possession of the ball at the end, but they did nothing. One of the first games in my life, I see Virgilvandijk getting the ball in the middle of the field, and then he's booting it up for someone just to get it. Salah did not look like Salah. Of course, the absence of Mane is showing now. And I'm going to tell you, so we can move on, the main problem that I, as a coach, see with Liverpool today. Liverpool's Jurgen Klopp wants to play the same exact way he's been playing, and he's won the Premier League, but he doesn't have the same players. Now, if you are a coach that wants to force your game plan, away play, then you have to get players to do such, or you have to switch your players, build them to have the ability to do and execute what you want executed and you want done. But he's not doing that. He has players that doesn't fit in his game plan. He's not working on developing them to fit into his game plan. And he's not also changing his game plan. You can play in a different way. It's like Salah is forcing him to play on the wings. Why? You can come in the middle. You can have a 4-1-4-1, formation. You have the players to do that. You have the players to play 3-5-2. But he played 4-4-2 in front of Real Madrid most of the time. But his, right back and left back were pinned from one side by Vinicius Jr. and from the other side by Rodrigo. They were just going at him. So they kept him back and he could not have them up. You have no playmaker in the middle that can distribute these balls left and right. Jordan Henderson is not working and it's not going to work for you. You went and bought Darwin for 100 mil and then Gakpo for 60 some. So that's, almost $200 million here you spend on two players to score goals. How are these goals going to be made from the midfield? So if I was Jurgen Klopp, and I'm not saying he's a bad manager or anything, but he just needs to change something rapidly. Or maybe this is it, an end of an era. Like Jamie Carragher said, you should watch him yesterday on his show, almost crying because of what Liverpool is exempling today. Shambolic football, shambolic defense all over the place. Nobody's talking to nobody. No cohesiveness in the team that won the Premier League a couple of years ago. Let's not forget. Do something about it. That's for Liverpool and Liverpool fan. Hey, I feel sorry. I don't. Because you're our rival, but I feel sorry for you. Jurgen Klopp, either you change or they change you, but Liverpool has to do something because the way they're going, it's not going to take you anywhere. 5-2 Real Madrid, that is something extraordinary nowadays. For you to lose at Anfield 5-2, that's bad. You have players, I know Real Madrid are flying, you don't know how to stop them. I'm going to start from the back, Militao and Rudiger. Wow, both of them, amazing. They take davidalaba out, they get Nacho in, nothing happened. We're all good. On the right-hand side, Carvajal, down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. The Spanish right back, the national team right back, amazing player. And you have Lucas Vazquez outside, same thing. And then come to the middle. Tchouameni was ill. Tonykroos was ill. But we saw him come in at the end, Tonykroos, to get some game time. However, Tchouameni's out. And these are two important midfielders, like one of the best. However, Real Madrid, they're not short. They get Camavinga behind who? Valverde and the 37-year-old masterclass midfielder, Luka Modric. So we saw Luka Modric all over the place. How do you get the energy? Luka Modric is a very smart player. He has energy, but everybody in his age won't have the 21-year-old energy. But he can offset that by doing intelligent runs, by being there when he needs to be there, by not burning energy. And that's hard during the game. What does that require? It requires you to look everywhere. And you see Messi, the Ronaldo of the world, the best Karim Benzema, the best players in the world. What do? They look around. So they know where to stay. They know where to go for the ball. They know where everybody's moving. And that's what makes their game very, very, very intelligent. What a game. If you haven't seen it, please go back and watch Real Madrid and Liverpool at Anfield. Again, the game finished 5-2. I am 100% sure that at the Bernabeu, Liverpool is not going to win. Liverpool is going to lose. Hopefully not by 6 and 7. So Jurgen Klopp is not fired. We don't want to hear that. But they will lose. So let's move to today's game, Manchester City versus RB Leipzig. The last game we're going to talk about from yesterday and today. This game ended 1-1. Let me just summarize this. Manchester City are trying to play with Haaland the same way they played before. Now, Haaland is different, right? So now their game plan has to be different. We just talked about that. But Pep Guardiola is still trying to figure out a way to play with him. Therefore, the result is that, my friend Austin, your City is changing, but not to the better, right? So if you compare City last year, you'll say City's playing one of the best football clubs in Europe. Best club football in Europe was played by City. You can, put Bayern Munich and Real Madrid up there, right? 3 clubs that were doing great. Today or this year, yes, Bayern Munich. Yes, Real Madrid. They actually somehow elevated their game, right? So go to City now, not the same way. RB Leipzig looked that they're going to beat them a couple of 3 times. They just missed a couple of opportunities. First half, I would like to say maybe it's all City. But second half, Leipzig came in. After Christopher Nkunku came in, the RB Leipzig best player that they got or acquired from Paris Saint-Germain 2 years ago, he's phenomenal. He changed the game. Since he came in, they kept the ball up front till they scored. And it was a great goal by their Croatian defender that jumped really, really high off of a short-taking corner kick to score for RB Leipzig. And the game was 1-1. At the end of the game, we can see how frustrated Haaland was. By the way, the whole entire first half, Erling Haaland touched the ball 7 times in 45 minutes, that was. So he was not happy about that. Second half, the same thing. They were not passing or they were not pinning him as they should. Kevindebruyne didn't play, so he didn't get the service. We saw City disconnected, disoriented, not playing City's fluent football like we saw in the past. So I expect from them not to proceed. We'll see what happens next. They're playing their next game in Manchester City, Etihad Stadium. That was all for the Champions League football from yesterday and today, Tuesday and Wednesday. Great 2 games you have to watch. Last week, Bayern Munich played PSG. This week, Real Madrid took on Liverpool and destroyed it. I mean, they went at them so strong. It was wow. Wow. And that's when, after Liverpool scored and they were up 2-0 in 7 minutes. That is a dream start for any team, not just Liverpool, in front of Real Madrid at your own home. But they could not capitalize because, again, they are not playing like the Liverpool we know. They have a problem. Manchester United fixed it, figured their problem, and now they're on a better path. Liverpool, big question mark. You're 8th in the league. You win some, you lose some, you win some, you lose some. Inconsistency. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great week, and we'll see you next time.